into a challenge that's heading tech teams pretty much everywhere. How do you keep your product quality sky high when your resources are, well, shrinking? It's a massive balancing act, so let's break down how some are pulling it off.
So, this is the million-dollar question, right? When your team gets leaner, how do you stop the quality of your product from getting lean too? It's a serious puzzle that a ton of QA departments are trying to solve as we speak. For so many companies, leaner teams are just the new normal. And a big part of that often means fewer junior testers. The very people who traditionally grind through all that manual, repetitive, but absolutely essential testing. And this creates a real tension. On one hand, you have the operational reality, fewer testers. But on the other hand, the business need for top-notch quality, that's not going anywhere. You just can't let bugs start slipping through to your customers because your team is smaller. So, how do you bridge that gap? Well, this brings us right to the heart of the solution. If you have fewer people, you've got to make each person more powerful. The answer is automation, for sure, but not just any automation. It has to be accessible. It needs to be something the team you have right now can use without having to become expert coders overnight.
And this approach actually has a name. It's called no-code testing. And it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's all about empowering your existing team, no matter their coding background, to build and run some seriously powerful automated tests. This isn't about replacing skills, it's about making incredible tools available to more people.
Okay, so this no-code idea sounds great in theory, but what does it look like in the real world? Well, the source material points to a specific tool called ZAPTEST, which is designed from the ground up to solve this exact problem for lean QA teams. So ZAPTEST really works on two main ideas. First, its automation is driven by AI. This is a game changer because the AI can help with stuff like recognizing objects in your app's interface, which makes the tests way less fragile and easier to keep up to date. And second, it's all about no-code simplicity, so your team can focus on what to test, not get bogged down in how to write the code for the test. And what you get is this really clear three-step advantage. Step 1, you empower your small QA team with the muscle of AI. That directly leads to step 2. You can scale your test coverage, and fast. The team can just cover so much more ground than they could before. And the result? That's step 3. You make sure your product quality stays high no matter how big or small your team is.
And that quote really says it all, doesn't it? This is the whole point. It's the promise of using the right tech in a lean environment. It's about breaking the link between the size of your team and the quality of your product. So this leaves us all with a pretty critical question to think about. In a world where things are always changing and teams are getting leaner, is your own QA strategy actually ready for what's coming next? That's a vital question for any tech team out there today.